Thank you for joining me again today on this happy Monday. It's so good to see you. Well, we are going to get started right away. We're going to review some of our letters. Let's look up here. A for apple, B for bike, C for carrot, D for duck, E for egg, F for fireman, G for goat, and H for hat. Remember? We talked about those last time. Let's sing our ABCs together. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And that's right where we're going to stop, but that's where we're going to start learning and remembering our other new letters. This is the letter I. I makes the I sound like inchworm. I. This is the letter J. J makes the J sound like jacket. And K makes the K sound like kite. Kite. Well, let's look at some pictures we have here and decide where they need to go. This is called an igloo. Igloo. Should I put the igloo by the kite, by the jacket, or by the inchworm? You're right. Igloo should go by the inchworm. Igloo starts with the letter I. Oh, I love this guy. Jack in the Box. Should Jack in the Box go with the J sound? It sure should. So we're going to put jacket and Jack in the Box together with the letter J. How about this one? Key. We need a key sometimes to get into a house. Key. Does key make the same beginning sound as igloo? The same beginning sound as Jack in the Box? Or the same beginning sound as kite? You're right. Kite and key make the K sound. K. Let's look at this guy. Iguana. Iguana. Does iguana make the same sound at the beginning that key does? Or the sound that Jack in the Box does? Or igloo? You're right if you said igloo. Inchworm, igloo, and iguana all make the I sound for the letter I. Very good. Now let's practice writing these letters. The letter I. It's really quite simple. You make a stick and you put a top on it and a bottom. Baby I does not look like its mom. It's just a little half a stick about halfway up, and it has a dot just above it. I makes the I sound like iguana and igloo. I. Let's erase the I. And J. J, we come down and we curl up. When we were in school, we said sometimes reminds us of an umbrella. J. You come down and make a curl. Baby J does look a little bit like its mom, but it has a special dot right above its head. It goes down into the basement and has a dot. J makes the J sound. All right, let's erase the J, and now we'll write a K. We're going to make a stick, and then a little dot out here so we know where to begin. We go in, out. And then baby K, we make a stick, with a little dot out here, in, out. K makes the K sound. I'm going to tell you a little secret. My name is Julie Kapenka. Look, I have a J for my first name, Julie, and I have two K's in my name, Kapenka. Do you see the two K's? Julie Kapenka, J and K. All right. Now let's meet some of our friends that came to preschool today. Well, let's see. We have a kangaroo and we have a koala. Would kangaroo and koala go with I, J, j or kite. Kangaroo and koala make the k sound. That's right. Now let's look right here. This is our little inchworm. Inchworm. And you can see it starts with the letter I. Inch by Inch is a very good book. And then we have this book that I think is so fun, and I'm going to read to you. It's called Just Itzy. So in just a second, we're going to read a book together.
Inchworm, measuring.
Just Itzy. Itzy loved being a spider. He loved hanging out with his friends and playing flyball. He loved sipping Mom's fruit fly smoothies. But there was one thing Izzy didn't like. He didn't like his nickname, Bitsy, Itzy Bitzy, Bitsy, Itzy Bitzy Bitsy, Itzy Bitzy. Today was his first day of spindergarten, and he wanted everyone to call him Itzy. Just Itzy. He had his favorite cap on. He had grown 2 millimeters taller than last year. He had on brand new shoes and a sweet book bag. Here's your lunch, Itzy Bitzy, Mom said. It's your favorite, peanut butter and honeybee. Just Itzy, okay, Mom, said Itzy. I'm not a spiderling anymore. Only spiderlings bring lunch boxes, said his big brother Gutsy. If you want to be a big spider, you have to catch your own lunch. He's small for his age, that's all, said Mom. Itzy forgot his raincoat on purpose, and he left his lunchbox behind, too. I'm going to catch my own lunch today, he said. Gutsy laughed. The only thing you're going to catch is a cold, Itzy Bitzy. Just Itzy, said Itzy, and I will catch a fly today. You'll see. At Spindergarten, Mr. Webster began the spinning lesson. The first step to spinning a web is to choose a good spot. Location, location, location. I'm going to spin my web by the pig pen, said Addie Longlegs. I see the perfect place by the trash can, said Wolfie. By the time Mr. Webster turned to Izzy, all the good spots were taken. I don't know where to spin, Itzy said. Well, keep your eye on the fly, said Mr. Webster. But I don't see any bzzz, bzzz. A fly, near the tuffet. Itzy followed it as fast as his legs could scurry. The fly circled above. Itzy's leg hairs tingled as a sour smell drifted by. Stinky old curds and whey, he thought. Probably a good spot for a web. And it would have been if the surroundings hadn't been so tricky. This is little Miss Muffet, who sat on a tuffet eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and scared little Miss Muffet away. Ah, said little Miss Muffet. Good grasshoppers, said Itzy. That frightened my fly away. Well, now try again, said Mr. Webster. Just keep your eye on the fly. Bzz, bzz. Oh, Itzy spotted another fly. Up and over the railing he went after the fly. Slowly, sneaking soundlessly, Itzy began spinning his web. Oh, nothing would get in his way this time. Crickety crickets! The old lady, she swallowed the fly. Itzy didn't know why she swallowed the fly. He crept closer and closer to investigate. Gulp! Izzy was swallowed too, and then came a bird, a cat, a dog, a goat, a cow, and a horse. Keep your eye on the fly, as he thought. He wiggled and jiggled and tickled to get at that fly. Hack and a gack! All the animals were coughed up one by one. The fly zipped away. Itzy skittered back to Mr. Webster. I just can't do it. Every time I try to spin a web, something really messes me up. Now, a good spinner doesn't give up. Try again. This time, keep your I know, said Izzy. Keep my eye on the fly. And Itzy shuffled off to look for another fly. Bzzz, bzzz. A fly. I'll spin faster this time, thought Izzy. Over and under, across and back. Itzy's web was half finished when a voice echoed from the waterspout. Hello, said the voice. Keep your eye on the fly, Itzy told himself. It's just the wind. Ker-crack, a boom! Thunder rattled the waterspout. Keep your eye on the... Somebody help me! The voice called again. That was no wind. Itzy took one last look at the half-spun, no-good web. It probably wouldn't have worked anyway, he thought, and he headed up the spout. Ting, ting, Itzy stopped climbing and listened. Rain! Ting, 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 down came the rain. And guess who washed out? The Itzy spider. He lay in a cold, soggy heap. I can't spin a web, he thought, and I'll never catch a fly. I'll be carrying a lunchbox my whole life. I'll always be Itzy Bitzy Spider. When the sun came out and started to dry up all the rain, the voice came again. Help me, please. Itzy picked himself up, stretched each of his 8 legs, took a deep breath, and climbed the spout again. He was halfway up when 7 of his 8 legs slipped out from under him. Quick as a flea, Itzy shot out some silk and spun himself a ladder. He climbed a little farther and spun another ladder, over and over again. Itzy climbed a little, spun a little, climbed a little, spun a little, until at last he reached the top of the waterspout. On the roof, Itzy found a wet, wiggling, jumbled-up lump of a spider. Help! The lump whimpered. It was Gutsy, his brother. What's wrong? Itzy asked. Are you hurt? Are you stuck? Are you tangled? No, it's just, I tried to climb down, but I can't. It's just too high. Keep your eyes on the fly, Itzy said. It means don't give up. I'll help you. They crept into the waterspout, and Itzy pointed to the silk ladder. Climb down that. Holy horseflies, you spun a web, said Gutsy. No, it's not a web, it's a web. I spun a web. Itzy and Gutsy had no trouble climbing down. Mr. Webster was waiting for them at the bottom of the waterspout. Excellent ladder web, he said, and Gutsy's teacher will be happy to hear that he has completed his climbing assignment. Good work, spiders! Itzy looked at what was left of the half-spun, no-good web. If only I could catch a bzz, 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 bzz. Not one, but 2 fat flies flew right into Itzy's web and got stuck there. Wow, said Gutsy. Nice web, Itzy Bitzy. I mean, nice web, Itzy. Thanks, said Itzy, who wasn't feeling one bit bitsy. You know what I like about this story? I like that Itzy didn't give up. He just kept trying and trying and trying, and it finally worked. And he spun a very cool web that actually helped save his brother from the top of the roof. That was a great story, just Itzy. Well, we're going to take these things off the board, and then we're going to talk about our 5 senses. All right, we're going to talk about our 5 senses, the ways that God created us so we can learn lots of really good things. The first one we talked about was taste, and we tasted something salty, something sweet, and something sour. And then we talked about hearing, and when you're hearing, you're listening closely to sounds like if a horn is honking or if someone is crying. We hear that and we say, how can I help you? Did you know being a good friend is being a good listener? So we need to hear. We need to stop and listen. And we've talked about that at preschool. Attentiveness is stop, look, and listen. Today we're going to talk about touch. And then we'll be finishing our lessons on seeing, looking with our eyes, and smelling with our nose. But let's talk about touch for a minute. When I touch things, how do I learn things? Well, let's talk about it. I'm going to pull this right over here. I made us a little chart. You can make one of these charts at home. You just write the word touch up here, and we have different kinds of touch. Maybe your big brother or sister or mommy, daddy, somebody can help you write these words. And then you can do a scavenger hunt and see if you can find things that when you touch them, they feel hard or soft or rough, like scratchy, or squishy or bumpy. You could do a little scavenger hunt in your house and see if you could find something. Well, that is exactly what Mrs. Kapenka did, and she found some things. Let's see. Hard. I found this piece of wood. It's a block. And I would put that right there by hard, because it's hard. And soft. Look what I found. I found a little piece of fur. And boy, is that ever soft. I would put that right there by the word soft. And for rough, I found a rock. And when I feel it, it's rough and it would hurt my hands if I rubbed it on my hand very long. It's rough. A rock was rough. I found something squishy and sticky. Look at this crazy ball. I can actually try to stick it there. Look at that. It hangs there for a minute. It's squishy. Ooh, kind of crazy and squishy, but it's also sticky. So when I touch it, it's two things. It's sticky and squishy. And the last one I found was this little ball, and it's bumpy. It's not smooth. It has lots of bumps on it, so it's bumpy. So I learned about 5 different things. I learned about something that was hard, something that's soft, like a pillow or a feather would be fun, or rough. Maybe in the garage you have some sandpaper. That's very rough. Or squishy. If you had Play-Doh, it can be squishy, or something like that. That would be squishy. Or bumpy, something that's bumpy. That is one of the 5 ways that God helped us to learn lots of things. So we've talked about learning from tasting things. We've talked about learning by listening. And today, learning things by touching things. Well, it's time for us to go. So I'm going to sing our little song for you. I'll see you on Wednesday, on Wednesday, on Wednesday. I'll see you on Wednesday, the next day of school, in our cozy little cabin. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.